What is the political position of Arab Israelis now? Because they are a sizable amount of the population,
Yes.
but they are never heard. One never heard us speaking about them in politics.
Well, the people I meet, it's either a lot of them don't want to speak about politics, like you said. If they want to be successful in the society and be like Jews, you know, have a job and stuff like that, they just don't want to talk about politics because it's very risky for them. For instance, my mother has a friend, an Arab Israeli friend, that is a translator. He's a professional translator. So, and we needed a translator in Combatants for Peace, from Arabic to Hebrew and English. So she asked him if he wanted to do that because it's a very interesting job. And he said, no, for them I won't do it, it's too risky for me, because he works in university, and he said, I don't want to get into politics, this movement is political, and I don't want to do it. Give me other jobs of translation, but not this. Yes, because it's too risky, because if he works in an Israeli university, so if they hear that he did a job of translation for Combatants for Peace, maybe they will kick him out. Things like that happen, so he just doesn't want to take the risk. But on the other side, the Arab Israelis that I know that do take a position, a political position, I feel they are more extreme than the Palestinians, because they're always against the two-state solution. Because if we have a two-state solution, they'll have to still be the minority in the Israeli state, and they'll have to suffer the discrimination that they suffer now. So they don't want it. They don't want a Jewish state. They just want a one-state solution, either a secular Palestinian state, or if they're religious, they want an Islamic state. But the people I spoke to that are taking up a political position, the Arab Israelis, are not for a two-state solution. This is what I know. Maybe I don't have a balanced picture, but these are the people I know. In the Knesset, a few, I think less than 10. But also, they're never in the government. It's like the political system of Israel is racist. So even if they're parliament members, they'll do whatever they can so they won't be in the government. And also, if you make a decision in the parliament and you need the Arab parliament members to support it, so you'll have a majority, then it's not considered a majority. It's called an Arab majority. It's not considered an accepted decision, you know. Maybe not officially, but it's very common to say it, you know, in the media and everywhere, that it's not a real democratic decision because it's based on Arab majority in the Knesset. It's not a real Jewish majority, you know. It's very racist, the political system.
The accusation is this: as the Jewish people learned something from his story, namely from the Shoah. Today, for example, we have seen what means the history of the ghettos, and immediately it's very easy to think about the occupation. Okay, so what do you think about this kind of accusation?
Okay. Yeah, it's a very important question. And in Israel, when you say to learn from the Holocaust, it means to learn that you have to be strong, and if you say it will never happen again, it means it will never happen again to Jewish people. It doesn't mean, I mean, because from the Holocaust you can have a universalist lesson and you can have a particularist lesson. So in Israel, the particularist lesson is the strongest. So even now, there was a professor for the Holocaust named Hannah Yablonka. She's a very senior professor for the studies of Holocaust, and she advised the Minister of Education about the Holocaust education. And she was telling them, you always teach the Holocaust, and you want people to have the only conclusion of, okay, we had a Holocaust, so now we have to be strong, and we have to have many F-16s, and we will never let this happen again to us. You know, this is the lesson that even when they take kids to the camps, they take youth in the Israeli schools, they take them to Auschwitz and all these places. They take them and then they it's like the natural continuation is to study about the army and the Air Force, and you know, this is the answer, this is the conclusion. So this professor, she advised the Ministry of Education to make it a little more complicated, to show the other side, you know, the other possible conclusion, that maybe the conclusion is that it will never happen again to any people, not just the Jewish people. So they just kicked her out. They just 2 weeks ago, I think she's no longer an advisor of the Ministry of Education. It's one of these things you hear when I say that Israel is becoming fascist. This is one of the things you hear that makes you feel that. Like when I heard that, it really frightened me, but didn't surprise me very much. Because they just kicked her out. Like she lost her job.